Hello guys, let's speak today about the fear of going crazy. And that's very weird feeling which you probably all experiencing now while you have DPDR. In my case, I had this feeling 24/7 non-stop for quite a while, let's say like 2-3 years for sure. And maybe slightly less than 3 years, but I definitely had it like for more than two. And yeah, that's very scary fear which you may have. That I still do not understand whether it's just as a panic attack, so it comes as a wave and then goes, because I had it quite like constantly. I would say that's like constant fear which I was experiencing every second of my life. And obviously there were like panics as well when I was thinking, oh my god, I'm definitely going mad, I'm definitely going mad. So uh, especially before pills, I had it as a panic wave as well, so it was even more exaggerated. Later on, when I was on pills, it was like a constant feeling but not so intense. What I can tell you about my experience. So first of all, if you've been diagnosed with a doctor, so for sure you must have some relief knowing that you're not having any kind of mental issue apart from anxiety, and that's important. So for me, that was very big thing which I've done, because I visited a few psychiatrists, so I knew for sure, and I've made a test, so I knew that I do not have any schizophrenia. And I think for people who really over anxious, that's definitely a very helpful thing to be seen by a doctor who will confirm it, because it's so psychological. If you know that someone professional who knows everything about it confirmed that you do not have it, it takes a huge percentage of your anxiety straight away. Even let it be just for a day or two, but then you will know for sure that nothing else is going on. If you will ask me how I was trying to help myself with that, nothing apart from me talking to myself and explaining that it's just the feeling. And actually, that's obviously the feeling, because you have chemical imbalance, and that's why it leads to wrong perception of reality. And the other part of your brain still understands that everything what you're experiencing is wrong. And that's why in this contradiction, obviously you think that you're mad, because this is a weird feeling of understanding that whatever is happening in your head is very wrong. So that's what gives you this feeling, and that's why it makes you even more anxious, because you always doubting whether you're right, that you're not going crazy, or maybe you're wrong. The only thing which I also can recommend you is that's very simple though. You can ask your friends and relatives if you didn't open up about your condition. You can just ask them, and in a way, like you can ask your mom or you can ask your friends. Did they notice anything unusual? Because you think you're a little bit off, like you're not in a very good mood recently, and you just want to check how you look like to other people. So that's a good thing, if especially if that's your relatives. And if they won't say anything, they will say, well, you're pretty much the same, maybe just a little bit more sad, then obviously you may know for sure that nothing else is going on. Because if you have schizophrenia, there must be something for 100% that will be visible to your friends and people who know you very well, and they will definitely will start seeking for help, or will let you know that you probably need to see a doctor. And if they will tell you that everything is absolutely fine, then you can just relax about it. Because yeah, anxiety gives you this feeling of madness, but yeah, that's just a feeling. And it's very hard to live with that, 100% agree. But again, unfortunately, you have to live with that and you have to accept it. But if you know that it's just a feeling and there is nothing serious behind that, then it's way much easier to deal with that to deal with that feeling and with that symptom. So I've been checked by a psychiatrist, and he gave me some tests which were showing that I do have some cognitive failures. And I was very annoyed with that, because I was trying to explain that it's not how it is. I was trying to make him think that I'm completely normal. I was very frustrated. But again, there was very simple questions. For example, well, I don't remember for sure, but like if you have a piece of iron, what kind of stuff you can do using this material, and there was like a few other objects which you could point to, and the objects I pointed to was not 100% right. But again, it's to me, there wasn't like a very proper test, because you could point to different objects, and to be honest, all of them you probably could do out of iron, but there was some specific method, some specific replies which you have to do in this test. So they know, the doctor knows for sure what he is doing. So even if it looks obvious to you, he knows where are your weaknesses. But again, it's just it's normal. It's normal to have these cognitive problems while you have very anxious mind. So don't be scared of it. At least you know for sure that there is nothing apart from anxiety. And obviously anxiety is giving you this problems of thinking, and that's why we have problems with focusing and problems with the memory. It's not damaging your brain forever. This is just temporary imbalance. So try not to be over upset with that or over scared. It's gonna be fine once you will stop being so anxious. It goes away, trust me, it goes away, and you start to think absolutely normally. So yeah, this fear is very common. This fear is very popular, and many people asking about it. I definitely experienced it 24/7. That was really scary. But yeah, you can make your life easier if you will ask your friends, relatives, or even pay a visit to a doctor. So that would be a great benefit to your condition. Again, what else I can add about that? Well, meditation, I don't think it really works separately, but if you do it as a combo, that would be helpful as well. It just helps you to relax your mind a little bit, so that's a good thing which you can do. And another thing which I want to add, and probably disappoint you a little bit, because there are lots of people on the internet, and that was me as well, and my husband who was telling me the same. They were saying that if you think that you're crazy, it means you're not, because people who are crazy, they do not understand it. They think everything is fine, that's the reality which they live in. But in fact, because I was asking doctors, not friends, not people on the internet, not relatives, and I always doubted that. And I asked a doctor, and he said, no, that's silly. He said that there are crazy people who do understand that they are crazy, because some of them are not crazy 24/7, and it may come as a panic attack, like it may come just in episodes. Like not everyone is having schizophrenia as a constant illness. Well, I mean, not constant illness, but they do have some episodes of having schizophrenia, and then they have long episodes of being normal and again having schizophrenia. So I mean, they do have this illness, but again, it's not all the time. It's not happening to them all the time. It's like epilepsy, so it comes and it goes for a while, and then it comes back. And they definitely, while they having this episode of schizophrenia, they definitely do not understand that something is wrong. They live during this episode they live in the other reality, but when it comes back to normal, they do understand what happened and they do remember what happened to them as well. So don't count on that. But still, if you would have anything like schizophrenia or any other mental issues, I'm sure that people who know you well, they will notice. And also because I was still doubting my mental issues, and I asked my doctor any other symptoms which may give me an idea that I have schizophrenia. And he said, no, there are very specific symptoms which gives you an idea which gives a doctor an idea that you have this problem straight away. Like, for example, if you do have a feeling like thoughts are pages of a book which are being put in your head by someone. So you see, there is some specific stuff which you definitely don't produce in your brain. You don't think this way. You don't make these crazy thoughts. You're having just loop of thoughts like, oh, something is wrong, blah, blah, blah. But you're not thinking this way. This is something definitely mad. So, and even though he told me that even people with schizophrenia, they still having families, they work, well, lots of them, and even these people have an opportunity to become normal. So don't really be scared of that much. No one is going to diagnose you with schizophrenia if you do not have it, and definitely if you have this fear, quite like if this fear is bothering you that much, it's definitely better to go and check. Then you will have a huge relief, and know for sure that if something would be wrong with you in this kind of way, you will be informed. You would be informed for sure. So don't worry, and just try to understand that anxiety gives you many fears, and being mad is one of them. My brain produced so many fears that it seemed like if I was trying to get used to one, then was something else that was coming to me and scared me even more. So there was always something new for me, always new. So yeah, just try to relax about it. This is something which is going to be with you for quite a while, but it goes completely and you will feel absolutely fine. And this is just the result of your wrong vision of reality at the moment. That's it. This is just chemical imbalance. Probably the other mental issues are also chemical imbalance, but it's definitely not your story. So just leave it and try to live your life as a normal person. So guys, thank you so much for staying with me, for watching me, give me an ideas for another videos. I'm very happy to have you all, and trust me, I'm feeling so sad that I can't really help each of you, or I can't just take this illness away in a split of a second. But please remember that this is your responsibility to come out of it, and unfortunately not even one doctor is possible to cure you. Though I'm doing my best, and I hope that all my advices will be taken into consideration and you will be capable to use it and benefit from it. Thank you so much and enjoy your day. Bye.